We're glad you're all here tonight. My name is Rob Blascoe. I am the advisor to Campus Life Athletics, which deals with the ministry aspect of YFC on-campus 2 athletes. We work with sports-specific clinics, and then we also mainly, our biggest thing is chapels. We do that for the high school sports teams throughout Southeast Wisconsin and Zion, Illinois. And I have with me tonight X'Avier Petty. X'Avier played for me. I coach soccer. I've done that for the last 20 years in high schools. And X'Avier played for me at Wauwatosa West High School in Milwaukee area. X'Avier, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to share a little bit with X'Avier about what chapels meant to him as we went through and had him in our program. And X'Avier, you came from Mississippi just before your sophomore season. So what was it like coming into a new team and a new program in that point in your life?
In that specific point, it was really difficult. I don't know if you remember, but from the first day I stepped onto that field, I was really shy. I was reserved. I didn't know what to expect. And I'm coming from Mississippi. Yeah, there's nice fields and stuff, but in my specific town, we didn't have the turf facilities. We didn't have the nice goals and everything. So I'm stepping into an actual soccer stadium, and it blew my mind. Eventually, I was able to get through it, get to know the players, get to know the coaching staff more than anything. You know, my first season there was your first season there as a coach as well. So it started off rough, but ultimately it ended up being great, and I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it.
Now, as time went on there, while you were there, I think it was before your junior season, we started the chapels for the team, where we would meet before the game, and we had a local youth pastor coming in and leading that. What did that mean to you as you were transitioning into the team at the same time, having those times?
It meant a lot. I specifically remember James Lee. He was the lead organizer of it, and that was a great person to have lead that part of just the team, because he was already a captain. He knew how to connect with people and communicate. But it was great. It was great just to be able to speak on common ground with all the teammates about religion as well as so many other issues, because we all have so many questions. And to have a young adult, the young man who came and spoke to us over the Youth for Christ, he did a great job of breaking things down to our level and answering our questions, and he seemed genuinely interested and taking the time to pray before games, to hear stories about having courage, to just showing up, just being mentally prepared for what was going to happen that night. You know what I mean?
Yep.
High school sports, let alone just athletics in general, can be really intense, and having a connection with your teammates is great. And what contributes more to chemistry than religion and talking about God? So it was extremely beneficial.
Now, you shared a story with me in the past where you felt that you saw the results of spending time in the chapel bleed into your school with classes and conversations in classes. You remember the story about the one discussion in the class about how it was building and building?
Oh, yeah. So with that, I don't remember how it came up, but it happened. It was me, and I overheard this guy talking about religion. They were just talking about it, and I entered the conversation, and the conversation between me and that one other person slowly became my entire table. And as we continued to talk, the next table, and then the next table, and then the next table, and before we knew it, the whole class was engaged, giving input into our conversation. This is during math. Everybody needs to know math. But that more than anything showed me just how many questions people have. It was an amazing opportunity for people active in the church to come to us and not only immediately ask us what our questions and concerns are, but have somebody openly teach and explain. And as the questions come, we have a safe place to ask them while being around other students.
Right. So what would you say, summing up, how did the experience with the chapels, with your sports experience there at Tosa West, how did that impact, how did that grow you in your faith with Christ?
It had a tremendous impact on my growth with Christ, just because of just how well Christ connects people. You know, there's a lot of people on my team that I don't agree with, how they act, the things they do, But when you're just talking about God and you all are answering questions and thinking and learning with one another, you come together on common ground, you know? And it just did a great job of just creating that brotherhood with us, because before we go out on the field and we compete against someone else, we've already came together to speak about really intense topics. Some of us may have different viewpoints, some of us may have the same viewpoints, but to come together and all be able to talk about Christ, it was an amazing opportunity.
Well, we have people here tonight watching this that this is new to them, or maybe they've been aware for a long time. Is there anything you'd like to share with them in just thanking or talking to them about what we do here?
I would say thank you all so much for putting Coach Blascoe in the position to allow us to have people come. Honestly, it contributed so much to the team. And as I said so many times, the youth, we have questions. Although I'm not as young as I used to be, people still have questions, and I still have questions myself. And that just played such a large role into our high school experience, especially in a world full of distractions and so many, you know, there's so many other things that people can be doing and indulging in, but to have that time right before a game or whenever to learn about God and to get your questions asked about God, it has a really good impact. And it's one of those things there's no drawback in it. There is no drawback to learning about God or setting those 15 to 30 minutes back. Like there is no worst case scenario, you know? Yeah. It's only gonna help. So yeah, thank you all for putting him in the position to do that for us. And thank you for bringing him there to speak to us.
It's a huge blessing for me to have had the experience of being Xavier's coach, and now lifelong friends, yeah?
Absolutely.